everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. It's the Jaguars coming in at 6-1, going up against the Bengals, who come in at 3-4. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
Larry, first opened in 1995. There's a look inside Everbank Field here in the River City of Jacksonville, Florida. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Now the return, Rashad Green. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're brought out there by their 4th-year quarterback from Central Florida, Blake Bortles.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Bortles now to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. William Jackson with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, it's what a lot of people call an influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game and they're not moving as fast, it's a lousy call because that means they're just going to sit in the hole that you have to create just by the movement of your offensive line.
And there they got the ball to the outer third of the field, but tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, things get stacked up in there if they don't move as well as you want them to, and probably just trying to escape and couldn't get away.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing is Bortles. He hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. From the gun, it's Bortles. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
2nd down, Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
To throw here, Dalton. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Kevin Huber now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That's taking it around the 40. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
From midfield, here's Bortles. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So that one will be accepted. So 2nd and 10 here. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. After the penalty, it's Fournette. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Charles, that's an important third down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on fourth down, that's big for the defense.
So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
They'll start here with a give to Mixon, and he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1 quarter down, 10-zip our score. More from Jacksonville after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Now they run with Mixon, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
They'll run here with Mixon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come out here in the eye. So Dalton now. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. Down this close to the goal line. First down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am. And you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. And he's able to put it through. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Green, 90. Green, 90.
They begin with a run by Fournette. They find some open field here. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry. And
absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him.
Bortles now on first down. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set to go again, Blake Bortles marches back onto the field with his offense. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
Six yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And an alley to run. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Here's Myers now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Again, it's Mixon. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. On 4th down, off goes Dalton, and on comes the Bengal kicker, Jake Elliott, for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Reminder later tonight, a good one down in Miami. It'll be the Raiders and the Dolphins. A lot of playoff history between those two in the 70s.
Yeah, there sure is.
And then tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 9, the unofficial halfway point of the season, with the Lions and Packers from Lambeau. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Ooh, I like it.
To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Third down and 4. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Bortles. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Brad Nordman now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nice. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Looking deep down, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Fournette on the counter. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Again, it's Fournette. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you downstate to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Jaguars trail at home at halftime. The Bengals have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Picking up early in the first. Impressive blocking frees up the ball carrier, and he'll take this all the way for a touchdown as they take a 7-0 lead. Bengals have it midway through the second. The run will go outside to the left here, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. Jaguars on offense midway through the second. Here the defense will come up with the pick. Bengals take it back all the way for the score. They're now on top by 4. 2nd and 2 coming up. Robinson's wide open down the field, and he's going to go 56 yards for the score. They go ahead by a field goal. Now to late in the first half. Dalton hooks up with his speedy rookie from Washington, John Ross. And this goes 68 yards for the score.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Boyd. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. To throw again. Dalton. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now, Bengals on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Third down, Dalton. And that is incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football. and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On fourth down, off goes Dalton, and on comes the Bengal kicker, Jake Elliott, for the field goal try. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
Another tough one there for Blake Bortles, partner. 2015, led the league in fumbles as a quarterback, had 14 of them. But you just expect that to get better with experience in the league and, of course, better support from his offensive line. In this case, though, he kind of reverted back to that year.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Time running out here on the play clock. Now Mixon. Room here to run. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they give this time to the tailback. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Dalton here from the gun. And running with power here. And this is caught. It's Cooper. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the...
That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Shotgun now for Bortles. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And there is a flag, so a big 2nd down pickup, but will it hold?
Holding offense.
So a decent game. But all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here we go now.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. He finds Hearns left side. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He'll look to set up his blockers. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside. Make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Third down from the gun, Dalton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot.
Pressure comes, and the Jags block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And it's a Jacksonville touchdown. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Looking to throw on second down. Dalton over the middle. Cooper with it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
To throw on third down. Dalton. Cooper's got it. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. First and 10 for Dalton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Second and 10. Dalton once more. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's third down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Fourth down, Dalton wants to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd down now after the incompletion. So again, they'll throw with Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. And so now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll check this one off to Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On on second down. Here's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
False start, offense.
Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got it for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Now they try the right side here. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it now out of the gun. Mixon hit, and oh, the ball is out. And the Jags grab it. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. He'll look to throw. Allen has it left side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Vontaze Burfict in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He's back to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Clock running as Bortles hurries to try to get his guys set. Back to throw, Bortles. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you played really well early, and then you kind of relax a little bit.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
Checking in on Houston. It's in the 4th quarter there. And the Colts have opened it up a bit, leading by 2 scores. Andrew Luck, 2 touchdown passes in the W. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Big spot, Andy Dalton. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Dalton wants to throw. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it all comes down to a rookie kicker, Jake Elliott. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And the kick is good. The young rookie coming through like a 10-year vet. And the Bengals are going to get out of here with a W. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice in the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Bengals, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.